Try it yourself, using JavaScript to access DOM objects. In this Try It Yourself exercise, we'll use JavaScript to find different elements and read and write values to them. There are 3 completed solution files in the book's code listings archive. In the Hour7 folder, look for an HTML file named Hour0701, and also you'll find subfolders called JS and CSS that have corresponding JavaScript and cascading style sheet files respectively. Throughout the rest of the book, you'll want to create 2 subfolders underneath your project folder in Aptana Studio. For instance, you see that I've created a folder at the top level of my project called Hour7, and then inside I've created folders called CSS, that will obviously store our cascading style sheets, and JS, which will store our JavaScript libraries. By the way, you'll notice that Aptana formats the icons for the different files depending upon the extension. So as you create new CSS files, as long as you provide the CSS extension, they'll be interpreted as such by Aptana. Same with JavaScript, same with HTML. What this particular project does is enables us to use this text box to put in arbitrary text. And then when we click Update, it runs a JavaScript function and alters that text based on the code. To see specifically what's going on, let's start with Hour0701.html, which you can type in yourself from the book, or you can use the solution file. It's up to you. Inside the head element, we see the script and link elements that load the JavaScript and CSS rules. Next, we see some form controls, specifically input elements that define a text box and a button. Note that on the button you need to add the onClick handler that allows you to run your dynamic script when the button's clicked. The text input has the ID textIn. Next we have span and p elements that are empty for now. The dynamic code will update them at runtime. In the JS file, Hour0701.js, we have just the single function text change. That function's going to be called when the button is clicked on the form. The in-element variable definition finds the text input by the ID textIn. In line 3, the outElements variable definition gets all the paragraph or p elements by tag name. The heading elements variable definition gets all the elements with the class that's equal to heading. As far as the engine of the script, look at line 5. We have a for loop that iterates through the outElements that were found in the document, and for each element we set the inner HTML text to the inElement.value, which is what the user types into the text box. The CSS file in this case, Hour0701.css, just does some simple styling of the outElements a little bit.